Good morning, everybody. Matt Modi here to give you my favorite NBA player prop picks today. We're talking Thursday, March 6th. I'm going to have 4 NBA player prop picks for you guys to lock in for tonight's NBA betting slate. 3 of the 4 are plus money bangers because that is how we do things here. Very confident in what we have in store for today. Before we get into those picks, we do have to do a recap from yesterday, which was a really good day overall. I went 4-1 on my plays yesterday. We got 4 right. We got 1 wrong. Jokic triple-double was the one L yesterday. Didn't really even come close. He smoked his rebounds, but didn't even come close on the assists. And I really like the assists. So unfortunately, that's just kind of how things go. The Ja Morant thing, kind of unfortunate. So if you're on the Dub Club, and I actually just moved over to Tails, which we'll talk about, but that's where I send out all my plays early, right? It was Dub Club, now it's Tails. Regardless, as you can get all my plays sent to you early, I was able to get and send out Ja Morant at 24.5. Now, by the time I started recording, it moved to 23.5. He ended with exactly 24 points. So the YouTube people, unfortunately, weren't able to get that one to cash, but the Dub Club people were. I track what goes out to Dub Club because sometimes I don't have YouTube videos or anything like that. So it was a really good day yesterday. Then, of course, we cashed out Filipowski double-double. We cashed out Davion Mitchell PRA, and we cashed out Jonas Valanciunas rebounds plus assists, up 3.3 units yesterday, or about 1.3, something like that, if you weren't able to get the Ja Morant one. So either way, you made money yesterday, which is the most important thing. On the entire season, we're up over 32 units on the year, so it's been pretty good recently. I mean, we had just a brutal start to the year, slowly been building our way up, and it's been a pretty good March so far, so hopefully we can keep that going. Reminder, like the video, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. But let's get into today's bangers. So I have Props Madness up on the screen here, my favorite NBA betting tool. I put a link to Props Madness in the description of the video. If you're interested in checking them out, check out that link. And then I mentioned it earlier, I'm moving over from Dub Club to Tails. Nothing wrong with Dub Club. I just like the people at Tails, and I was able to talk to them and get a pretty good deal. So if you're interested in signing up, Tails is just a way to get my plays sent to you early. $10 a month for Tails. It was $5. I'm just moving it up after talking to people up to $10. Hopefully, $10 a month, 2 cups of coffee should be fine there. But yeah, so when my plays sent to you early, Tails is the way to go. It's the same plays that I give out for free on YouTube and on Twitter. They're just sent to you early. So like situations like that Ja Morant one, you're able to get plays in before the line moves. That's why I recommend it. But if you don't want to pay, absolutely no problem. You can still get everything for free. Let's start talking bangers. So play number 1, and I'm just going in order of the games from the earliest to the latest. I do have a play here in this Magic Bulls versus Magic game, and I went with Josh Giddey, and actually went with him on the rebounds. Now, the line on Josh Giddey really has gone crazy on his rebounds. It's because of how good he's been recently, so you understand why. But his main line we see across the board is pretty much at 8.5. I actually got him 9.5, so 10 plus at plus 135. So that's the official bet. It's Josh Giddey, 10 plus rebounds, plus 135 odds at Bet365. Gave the best offered price. You could go 8.5 for minus 115. I liked it way better with the odds getting 10 plus. Some situations I don't always pump it up, and this one I did. And what we're looking at here with Josh Giddey, important thing, no Ayo Dosunmu. He's out for this game. And Giddey's rebounds have been phenomenal without Ayo. It's 14 games. He's gone over in 8 of those 14 games. It's a 57% hit rate. He's averaging over 10 rebounds per game. Now, he has hit 9 exactly one time. This last game against the Pacers, he had 15 rebound chances, only got 9 rebounds. But every other time he's gotten, over 8.5, he's also hit 10, which is why I like going with the pumped up number. And sometimes he just smokes the over. 15, 16, 13, 13, 12. Twice he landed on exactly 10. Once he landed on exactly 9. So I just like the odds way better going to 10 plus. Not only is Dosunmu out, but Vooch is most likely out as well. He's listed as doubtful. He's not going to play. Now, he's only gone over in 1 of 3 games. So this is one of those where if you're looking at him without Vooch and Ayo, you're like, it's 1 of 3 games. Why is that good? You have to look at the rebound chances. 17 rebound chances against the Sixers, 15 and 15. So in all 3 games, he's gotten at least 15 rebound chances. If you will allow me to call that his floor, which is what he's hit in all 3 games, when he's gotten 15 rebound chances, he's hit 10 rebounds about 55% of the time, 10 of 18 games, averaging over 10 rebounds per game. So twice in this stretch, he landed on exactly 9. So again, if you wanted to be safer, you could go 8.5 at minus 115. It's a 12 of 18 hit rate as opposed to 10 of 18 again. I'd rather take the odds because of the matchup, right? The matchup despite the Magic having a good defense, and you wouldn't expect them to be a good matchup for rebound props for someone like Giddey. They allow the second fewest overall. Guys with Giddey's rebounding style have a lot of success rebounding against the Magic. 10 of 14 have hit their rebound prop over. And we see the guys, right? It's Giddey missed it in his first time, so that was an L. But he cashed it the first time with 11 rebounds, and that was with a fully healthy team. And then like Luka cashed, Hart cashed, and then he missed, and then he cashed. Amen Thompson cashed. Scotty Barnes hit in 3 of 4. So we see Scotty Barnes cash, miss, then cash. Russ went over. Hart went over again. Tatum did miss, so that one was tough. And I'm pretty sure I bet that, so I know that he missed. But it's a really good matchup. He's been rebounding really well with these guys out of the lineup, so I hit it. This is our first play. Josh Giddey, 10-plus rebounds, plus 135 odds at bet365. Next up, I do have a play here in this Warriors-Nets game. I took Cam Johnson and actually took him on the threes. Now, I got this at plus 116 at FanDuel. That's now moved to plus 112, but you can still get plus 115 at Bet365. No issues there. You're missing 1 cent of juice. I'm cool with still taking it at plus 115. Now, betting on the Nets is scary because they're an incredibly hit or miss team. You don't know who's going to play. But Cam Johnson himself has actually been really consistent this year. He's hit 3 or more threes in almost 60% of his games, 58.7. He averages exactly three made 3-pointers per game. So we're getting 3 for plus money, and this is what he hits majority of the time. Now, like I said, there have been guys in and out of the lineup, but if you're looking at games specifically with D'Angelo Russell, who was traded over a little over a month ago, I guess 2 months ago at this point, he's hit in 7 of 11 games. That's good, averaging a 63% hit rate. Now, the times he's gone over, it's like he's either getting exactly 3 or exactly 2, but the 3-point attempts are on his average 7.4. They're just a little more open, which is why he's shooting at a higher rate. But 7 3-point attempts for someone like Cam Johnson, he shoots at a 40 to 50% rate, depending on where he is. That's really good. And then you look at games with Cam Thomas as well. He's hit that in about 62% of his games, 13 of 21, averaging 3.1 made 3-pointers per game, and shooting 3-point attempts right on his average of 7.3, which is totally fine. So he's only played 2 games with both of those guys, but he cashed it in both with 12 3-point attempts and with 6. So he's good with them individually. He's been good with both of them in a tiny sample size. And the matchup is better than you would think. Like, the Warriors have a good defense. The one area they're weak are spot-up shooters like Cam Johnson. They allow the 5th most points per game to spot-up shooters. And if we look at Cam Johnson, and we're just basically filtering this, taking out the top half matchups, because we know that the Warriors are like a bottom 10 matchup, bottom 10 defense, top 10 matchup in terms of good for us. So we're looking at teams that are in the bottom half guarding spot up shooters. 70% of the time, he hits 3 or more 3-pointers. His field goal attempts per game are actually lower, but they're open, so he hits them at a higher rate. So I'm cool with that. Like, I'm not scared off of the lower 3-point attempts. And then if you look at games in the bottom 10, which we already know that it's really good in the top half, but if we even want to go to bottom 10, obviously things are going to still look good as well, 85% of the time. Only twice this year did he play a team in the bottom 10 guarding spot-up shooters and did not hit 3 or more 3-pointers. So that's what I really like in this one, Cam Johnson and his 3-point prop. That's our second play. Next up, nothing here in these next 2. I'll give out my leans for some of these games. I do have an official play in this Rockets Pelicans, and I went with Alperen Sengun, and I went with him on the rebounds. Now, I got this at minus 125. You can still get it at minus 125, so no line movement there. Hopefully that's the case by the time you're watching this. But this is all really about the matchup. Now, you look like he's only done it in 10 of his last 24 games. That's not great. One of those games he did leave after 3 minutes because he got hurt, so you could take that game out. That game doesn't really count. It's still 10 of 24, so that doesn't really change anything. This is all about the matchup. The Pelicans, we hover over the matchup here, have allowed the 4th most rebounds overall. That's just blanket rebounds allowed. But the one right below that, D rank versus position, 30th. They've allowed the most rebounds to centers in the entire NBA. On the entire season, that's still true. We look at the last 30 days. I'm going through 2 different sources, NBA defense versus position. Last 30 days, center position, we're sorting it top to bottom. Pelicans, number 1, most rebounds allowed to centers. Looking at a different source, same stat, just a different source, because every website calculates things differently. NBA defense versus position. We're going to the center position, looking at actually the last 30 days. We sort by rebounds. Guess who's number 1? The New Orleans Pelicans. So they're the best matchup you can think of for center rebound props. 11 of the last 15, specifically with Sengun's rebounding style, have gone over. This is looking at guys, again, with the same rebounding style as Sengun. Now, Sengun's played them twice. One game he cashed, one game he missed. So 1-1 there, but like, what's this, like 7 straight have gone over. We go to the center position since the All-Star break. It's only 3. They've all 3 hit the over. Plumlee hit it twice, and then Jackson Hayes, who we bet cashed it last time. So I really like this one. You know, I really debated going 12 plus, but Sengun is kind of a guy more than Giddey that will land on exactly 11. So that's why I didn't quite want to pump it up to get better odds. This is one where I actually did the opposite. I took the safer play. But if we look at games against teams like in the bottom 10 rebounding for Sengun, it's not amazing, but 55% of the time going over 10.5 and teams in the bottom half of rebounds allowed. We look at versus position, so guarding the center position, we look at the bottom half, 11 of 24, so not as good there, but then we go to the bottom 10, it's a little bit better, 11 of 21 on the entire season, and his rebound chances are good as well, averaging 18 per game, so right along with there. So Sengun rebounds, it's a matchup play against the Pelicans, who we've looked at for center rebound props all year. That's our third play. And then our fourth and final pick of the video is in this Lakers versus Knicks game. And I went with Austin Reaves, and I went with him 20-plus points. So his main line over-under is 18.5, 19.5 at some places. You can get plus 105, which is what I bet at BetMGM. You can also get plus 105 at Fanatics as well. And then you can also get plus 100 at Bet365, which is what I would also take it there. So no issues there. So a couple things here. Austin Reaves with Luka, with LeBron, and we're just taking out this one game here when he left with an injury, played 10 minutes. You can't get anything from that game, so you take that out. He scored 20 or more points in 4 of 6 games. So it's been pretty good with both those guys in the lineup. Now his average is a little bit below that because one time he went under, he only scored 8 points. Gross game there, all the other games, relatively close, 15, but look at the shooting. 1 of 10 from 3, 4 of 15 from the field. That's terrible. They'll gladly have him take 10 3-pointers if we need him to score 20 points and 15 shots. So with those two guys, he's been really good. And all these guys are going to play, I guess I should say. He's missed about a week with like a minor calf injury, but he's fine. Both LeBron and Luka are probable as well. So all these guys are going to play. And the matchup is really, really good. I mean, the Knicks give up the most points per game to pick and roll ball handlers, literally 30 out of 30. 7 of 8 guys, specifically with the same scoring profile to Austin Reaves, have hit their point prop over. They've done it by almost like 5 points above what their over-under is priced at, so that's good. That includes Austin Reaves himself, who cashed the over against the Knicks. Now, that wasn't with both LeBron and Luka, so it's a little bit different, but he did smoke that over with 27 points. And then we just look at the guard position. You look at it since the All-Star break, so we're starting right since the All-Star break. Yeah, I guess it's these 10 of the last 15 since the All-Star break have hit their point prop over. And then we started like from the 23rd and on, it's 8 of the last 10. So these are just looking at the guard position in general, not guards specifically with the same scoring profile as Austin Reaves. I just wanted to see how they've been guarding guards, and it's not good. Guards have been smoking them. So I really like this play for Austin Reaves, 20-plus points, plus 105 odds at Fanatics and BetMGM. That's our fourth and final official pick of the video. A couple leans that I did have for you guys. I didn't have anything in this Pacers-Hawks game. Halliburton has been incredible from an assist perspective. I mean, you look at his last, 6 games. He's gone over in 5 of 6. His over-under is 10.5. Plus, you can get plus money for that too. The one game he did not go over, he had 10 assists, so he just hooked. And his potential assists are crazy. I mean, 15 is not, but then 32, 23, 15, so not that great. 21 and 20. So it's 20 plus potential assists in 4 of these 6 games. He's done it in tough matchups. Like the Rockets are one of the worst matchups you could think of for point guard assist props. He had 20 potential assists. Now the Hawks are the opposite. They're a good matchup for point guard assist props. They allow the second most assists to in the restricted area, which is where the majority of his assists come from. All 7 I put their assist prop over. So there are a lot of reasons to buy this over for Halliburton. I just hate situations like this where he's like been smoking his over. And if you look at his entire season, I meant to do the entire season. This is not even close to the best stretch he's ever had in the entire year. Like you look at his potential assist, this blue graph, he's averaging like 15 on the year. In his last 6 games, he's averaging like over 20. So is he back to the player he was at the beginning of the year last year? Or is this just some 6-game fluke where he's just been assisting like crazy? I don't know. I would not blame anybody that does want to bet this. It's just, I just couldn't get there. Someone that's been that hot, you're begging for regression to come down. Unless he's turning into the player he was last year, where he averaged like 14 assists at the beginning of the year. Like up until he got hurt last year, his assists were crazy. And if that's who he's turning into, then this is going to look like a steal. I just don't know. There's not enough data around it. So I didn't bet it. And the Sixers-Celtics game, I just need to know who the heck's going to play. And we only have odds for Tatum and Brown, and then we have odds for 3 guys on the Sixers. So you really can't bet that at this point in time. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. 4 official bets, the lean on Halliburton assist if you are so inclined. But that's all we got. 4 official bangers for you guys to lock in. It's Alperen Sengun over 10.5 rebounds. It's Austin Reaves, 20+ points. It's Cam Johnson, 3+ made 3-pointers. And it's Josh Giddey, 10+ rebounds. That's all we got. Remember to like the video, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. The 2 links to check out in the description of the video. Link to Props Madness, which I just talked about how I use it. If you do sign up, I have a promo code there as well, which would just help me out. I also have a link to my Tails account where I send all my plays out early. Only $10 a month if you want everything sent to you early. So if you want to lock stuff in before odds change, or you don't have time always to watch the YouTube videos, but you still want a tail, that's what that's there for. If not, again, you can still get everything for free, so no issues. But that's all we got. Again, thanks everybody for watching, and make sure to bet responsibly and have a good one.